Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to another tournament. We got Plum versus Pony tonight, 15 versus 15. As they're eliminated, I will tell you what team they come from. And I will have to say this for Team Pony. I miscounted. There's actually, when I did the draft, I picked 18 people. So he loses the last 3 of his picks. I accidentally picked 18. So he lost Ryuk, Goldie Roger, and Martian Manhunter. He lost all of those. But he gets the other 15. So they were the last 3, so I just took them off of his list. And we're kicking things off with L. So, and of course Plum, he said that he thinks he's going to be done first round. That's his prediction. He's going to be gone first round. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do agree that his team has a lot of people that aren't very good. But he does have some good ones too. I think he has a couple good ones. So we'll see what happens though. And Pony, of course, has a highly amount of anime characters. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So L versus, I believe his name is Gojo. And, so much for L. So we're already starting off with a loss. And that is going to be a loss for Pony, I believe. Yes, a loss for Pony. So already a loss there. And that was really quick. That was like, probably 5 seconds, and he was done. So now we got Ken Masters here. And so this is, we are officially at part 7. So we got Judd will be up next, defending his reign as your tournament champion. And we got Monkey in the house from One Piece. We're going to have a lot of anime on this one for both teams too. Both teams has a lot of anime. It kind of was on an anime account. Well, I don't know. One team doesn't have as much as the other. So, and number 5 is Lex Luthor. So Lex Luthor at number 5 from, of course, villain from Superman. And he is going to be really good in this. And number 6 is Waldo. And Pony made it clear that this was his least favorite. And yes, we found him. So there, we know where Waldo is. And he's going to be in the locker room probably shortly. Because even Pony said he was like, oh, no. And this is definitely the worst person on his team probably. Without a doubt. But we'll see. You never know. Sometimes some of the worst ones have some of the biggest surprises. So anything can happen here. And Mr. Clean is number 7. So, yeah, there's some oddballs in this for sure. Between Waldo, Mr. Clean, stuff like that. Definitely some weirdos here. And Lex Luthor is finished. So that is going to be a loss for Pony. So Pony's already had 2 losses. So, Plum predicted that he would be leaving the first round. That was his prediction. But so far, he's having a really good start here. I mean, he does have a couple people out, but for the most part, we've seen a lot of Ponies people start off here. And both teams have some really good people. But also, both teams have some really, really bad ones. The people that are the best on both teams are kind of odd. We'll see what happens, though. And Dingy's number 9, Chainsaw Man in the house. So, Chainsaw Man in the house. Dingy is here. Another anime character. We have a lot in this. A lot of anime. And Dingy's already finished. That's another loss for Pony. Another loss for him. So, wow. What a start. And we'll see who's coming out next. Got a good variety here, but a lot of anime. A lot of anime is going to be. Magneto is number 10. Magneto coming in at 10. And he's definitely one of the best Marvel villains for sure in this. Not as good as, not as good as a pick as Juggernaut, Apocalypse, Thanos. Those are even better. And look at Clean here. Clean going after Masters. And look at Clean. Can he clean up Masters' mess? I don't think he will. And Ryu's number 11. So, wow, we got both characters from Street Fighter. What team? Oh, okay, cool. So they're on opposite teams, too. That's pretty cool. And the main two characters, Ryu and Ken Masters. And Ken, he could have had Ash there. Instead, he's going to double team Mr. Clean, which makes absolutely no sense. I mean, he was one strike away from taking out Ash, and you all know how I feel about Ash. And Waldo just got saved also. So, goodness. What is going on here? And Ash takes down Waldo, so I don't think Pony's going to be missing him. So, yeah, like I said earlier, Pony lost Ryu, Goldie Roger, and Martian Manhunter because I gave him 18 on accident. So, it kind of, I know how I made the mistake, too. I was talking or something, and I did a number wrong. So, I was like at 13 or something, and then I went back to 11. So, that's how I made the mistake. Nobody caught it. Until I noticed there was 18 people on his team. I was like, what? And I was writing it down. I didn't even notice it when I was writing it down. I noticed it after I wrote it down, when I wrote it down a second time. That's when I noticed, which I would have, well, actually I noticed when I started picking these people. And I know a lot of people have complained about the glitches, but obviously, there's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do. It is, I think it's where we put all these people together. And Ken takes down Ryu. So that's amazing. Ryu is the first loss for Plum, which is pretty good. But Ryu is definitely one of his best people, I would say. Looking at his team, he is right to some extent. He does have a couple really good ones, though. So, and Kid Boo's done, so that's a loss for Pony. And Ash going after Monkey here. And now going after Clean. And Ash, Ash is in trouble. And Masters this time finishes the job. So that's going to be a loss for Plum. And Masters seems to be the guy going after his team. And Green Goblin is number 13. So finally he's here. He is definitely a good one in this. And Mr. Clean has finished a double team by Magneto and Ken Masters. And I'm telling you, Pony's team is going after Plum's team. They're actually doing it how it's supposed to be done. So that's kind of neat. Sometimes when you see that, I know it's like a 50% chance if it's going to happen or not, because everyone's technically against everyone here. But to see it happen for real is always cool. And Craven's 14, and there goes Gojo. So he made it all the way to 14. That was not, I didn't even notice that, but what a performance. And that's another loss for Pony. But what a performance there. That's very hard to do. But Pony has lost way more, double more than Plum has. So we'll see how this breaks down. Hopefully, and there goes Green Goblin. And that's going to be a loss for Pony also. Masters is wrecking house right now. He is literally wrecking house. And we'll see who falls out next. And Monkey tried to get rid of Ken, but no chance there. And number 15 is the Professional. Leon the Professional. It's one of my dad's favorite movies. And a great character. It's really a great movie. The only thing that I have a problem with is when I was younger, I would talk about this movie with him, and he would tell me what happened, so I couldn't enjoy it when I first watched it for the first time as much because I knew how it was going to end. So, but that's not his fault. I mean, that was, I was way too young to watch it at the time. And then later on, I didn't even watch it until I was like in my mid-20s. So, and Wolverine 16, we're using a different one because I was kind of running low on time and stuff. And I think it was one of those ones between accounts. So, but it's still the same Wolverine. You know, we're going to come across that problem on a couple of these characters where I have to use technically different variants of them if I can't find them real fast. Or there's certain situations like the Professional, he was extremely hard to find. Extremely hard to find. We only have one of those. So we have to be careful. And the Punisher is 17. So the Punisher coming in at 17. And Craven movie, by the way, looks actually pretty good. Now, and I like Aaron Taylor Johnson as an actor, so I think he will work for this role, and he may make me like Craven, which is going to be hard to do because I think Craven's dorky. But it's also, he's not in New York hunting, so it's a lot different as a hunter. So I think it'll be a whole different perspective here. I hope they don't try to make him a good guy or something. Because a lot of people said that they would not be on board if they tried to make him a hero. He is technically definitely not a hero. And there goes Ken. So Ken is finally done. And that is a loss for Pony. So he is up to 8 now. Wow, 8-3. And he's about to lose another one. Monkey is done. And, wow, 9-3. This is crazy. Unless I missed one. I may have missed one on Team Plum, but it's still crazy to see how far this has been going. So what a great start for Team Plum, despite him not having the best of teams. He's off to a pretty good start, but it's far from over, and anything can happen still, and he has quite a few people in right now. So there's a lot going on here, and the professional tried to take down My Hero Academia, whatever his name is. And it did not work. So despite him being a very good killer, it still doesn't work. And he's going to try it again, and that time it did. Wow. So he jinxed me, made me look like an idiot. Okay. So that's going to be a loss for Plum. Loss for Plum there. And we'll see who's coming up next. We have Gore. Gore is in the house. I thought that was the best part of the Love and Thunder, Gore. Gore was just so cool. And what a clothesline by Craven, man. I'm telling you, Craven is trying to get cool points. He is trying to establish cool points with me. And he is going to have to really work hard for it. But I have this feeling that movie's going to be good. Because there's a lot of talk and a lot of hype around it. Believe it or not. And Magneto has been eliminated, so Pony's down to 5. So, and there goes the Punisher. So Plum's starting to lose some too. But yeah, he's already down to 5 here. And some of them are here. That makes matters even worse. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 2K definitely did not favor Pony here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, a couple of them are here and he's down to 5. So we're going to get a lot from Plum coming in. And Craven has been eliminated, so that's another one for Pony. So now he's down to 4. And I don't like seeing this. I do not like seeing this. I know Plum needs all the help he can get, but I still like it competitive. But it's not over yet. I mean, Pony still has 4 left. And Plum has talked about how his team is pretty weak. I love that comment he made. I mean, he basically listed his team, and he listed underneath first a team to a first round exit or something like that. He said, I thought it was so funny. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. He's off to a good start at least. So he has that going for him. And Sin Cara is number 22. And I saw him do a flip the other day that was crazy. It was from years ago. I don't know what happened to Sin Cara. He was definitely a kind of a gimmick. You know, they tried to do another Ray, but nobody's like Ray. That's the thing. Ray is impossible to duplicate. I mean, Dragon Lee has some cool moves, but just Ray in general, there's only one Ray. And 23 is Omni-Man. I would argue is the best member of Plum's team. There's probably a couple that are kind of close to him, but I would say he's the best member of the team. Definitely. So, if you want my opinion, if it's worth anything. And Rick Sanchez is in trouble here. And look at, oh man, the double headbutt. And the professional going after Rick here. And there goes one punch. He is finished. And that's going to be a loss for Plum. I think one of his best people too. Stewie's 24. Stewie coming in at 24. And Sin Cara is in trouble. We're going to see if Wolverine can take him out here. And he, of course, and that's definitely one of Plum's worst people, is Sin Cara. And Sin Cara has been eliminated. And we'll see who's coming in next. It's been a very competitive one. Well, not a competitive one, but it's starting to come back on Plum now. And you're going to see that. And it's Sprite Cranberry, which is on Pony's team. I would say this is his best guy, surprisingly. He has 100 overall. He's a humongous, and there goes Wolverine. So a loss for Plum. And Plum is starting to catch up with Pony. So he's up to 8. And yeah, so we got the best 2 from the 2 teams in right now. So I don't know who number 30 is going to be. But Omni-Man, what is he doing here? What is this? Oh, man, just level Stewie. I thought he was going to go for elimination, though. And Rick Sanchez trying to drag him around. And Leon, the professional, is finished. And I thought he was already eliminated. What in the world? I marked him down. So maybe I made a mistake there. I don't know. I have been losing my mind throughout this tournament. Okay? I have just been losing it. So yeah, maybe I thought he was somebody else. Yeah, but I mean, Plum still has 8 people gone. Unless I miss somebody. And Gore going after Omni-Man. Gore's really good too. He had a win, I believe. And Squidward is 27. So Squidward coming in at 27. I'm trying to see who all's left. We're going to get a lot from Plum's team. I think there's only... Well, wait. I may have missed one from Pony. My Hero Academia. I do not see him. Maybe I got the 2 confused. I don't know how I would do that, but... that is a loss for Pony. So Pony has 3 left. And the bad news is 2 of them are here. So 2K definitely not favoring Pony. And there go. Oh, I thought Omni-Man was done. He somehow made it. And Niles Crane is 28. And do not underestimate these Frazier characters. I'm telling you. Do not underestimate them. And Gore is hanging on also. So Gore's still in this thing. He's definitely one of the best on Team Pony. He's definitely one of the... Team Pony didn't have the best team either. So... both teams did not have a lot of super heavyweights. And their best 2 people are in right now, as we speak. So, we'll see what happens. I mean... And Loki. So, yeah, mainly this ring, besides 2 people, is all Plum. It's all Plum here. So we'll see. I mean, he's definitely had an advantage here. He didn't think he had one coming in, though. But good job by his team. And Niles is in trouble. And Niles is still in this thing. Do not underestimate the Frazier characters. That one old guy, he was crazy in this one. And Rick is done. And that's a loss for Plum. So he's starting to catch up. He's not there yet. But if he loses 2 more, he will be, well, no, he'd have to lose 3 more. He'd have to lose 3 more. And Loki is probably going to be finished here. And number 29 is Sabretooth. And Loki's going to be a loss for Plum. So he's officially at 10, according to what I have. And Sabretooth is the last member of Pony. So he's down to 3. And I'm telling you, those 2 have been really holding it down. And Sabretooth, he's big. He doesn't have a high overall, but he's a big guy. So we'll see how long he can make it. And that means number 30 will be on Team Plum. I know who it is already. There's only 1 missing. So it has to be him. And there goes Gore. So Pony's down to 2. I'm telling you, 2K really did him dirty. Really did him dirty. And, but honestly, if I look at both teams, I think it's about even. You know. I think both teams have some weaklings on their team. If I had to compare the 2, I do think Pony has, coming into this thing, had the advantage slightly. And there goes Stewie, so that's a loss for Plum. And Sprite Cranberry killing it. He's just 1 punch to Niles. Another loss for Plum, and it's almost tied now. And Scarecrow's number 30. Or is it? So I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's a tie. It's officially a tie. 3. No, wait. No. No, it's 2 versus 3. Yeah, it's 2 versus 3. I got my count off. And Scarecrow, wow. But Sabretooth crawls up behind him. And Scarecrow's a loss for Plum. Now it's a tie. Now it's a 2v2. But Sprite Cranberry, who is the best member on Pony's team, and is still kicking. If Sprite Cranberry wins, Plum is definitely not going to drink that again. That is for sure. So it's a 2v2. I love this. It came back to be fair. And Plum has Omni-Man and Squidward. And Pony has Cranberry and Sabretooth. So who's going to win this thing is the question. It is very close. A very big comeback by Pony, which he had to come back to some extent to lose that many people at first. And Sprite Cranberry and Squidward going after Sabretooth. And Squidward eliminates Sabretooth. And look at Cranberry trying to get rid of Omni-Man. So now it's up to Cranberry to win for Pony. And Sabretooth's a loss for Pony. So, yeah, just like that. Now Plum has the advantage yet again. And the Cranberry's going to have to hold it down for Team Pony. And it is not looking good. And Omni-Man eliminates Squidward. We got a 1v1 with the 2 best members of the team. That is amazing. 1v1. It started off as a landslide, and now we have two people that have been in here for a while, and the best people on the team, I would say, for both teams, having a showdown. And this is crazy. And, oh man, good counter there by Omni-Man. And Omni-Man, oh man, I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. And now Cranberry's going to try. And he can lift him out. Could this be the end for Team Plum? Will it be a first round exit? And somehow Omni-Man breaks free. He's been in here for a while. He was past 20. I believe he was like, I believe both of these guys were, mid-20s. Or at least in the higher early 20s. And we'll see who takes this. This is for the Elite 8. Everything is on the line here. And, once again. Oh, and that time Omni-Man counters, so. And another spear. He's weakening Cranberry. That's what he's trying to do, at least. Is weaken him. And, and yet again, we're having that issue. And that time, it's a wrap. So, Pony has been eliminated from the tournament. And Plum will advance to the Elite 8. His best guy, I predicted this was his best guy. Omni-Man wins this thing. However, he's... don't point at the sign. Don't point at the sign. You're not going to WrestleMania. You were like 23. And I don't care how long you lasted. I don't care how good you did. I don't care if you saved Team Plum from a first round exit. You're not going to WrestleMania. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. It was a good matchup between Plum and Pony. And Plum, so much for that first round exit. It's going to, maybe a second round. We'll see. If he keeps up the good work, he definitely had 2K on his side. There's definitely a landslide there with the numbers, but I have no control over that. I do it all at random, so unfortunate for Pony. Cranberry put up a great performance, but in the end he fell short. And the next one will be the final one of round one. I will see you all later.